screen for me. That is Paige. Saraya. She is part of AEW. Can you believe it? She is the new AEW woman star. I would say she is the star. I would say she's the main star. She has more star power than Britt Baker, and she has more star power than Jade. No offense to them, but screen for me. She is in AEW, the Smart Kills world, all things professional wrestling in my life. You know what it is. It's YouTube, baby. Like this video, subscribe to the channel. Now let's get to it. With that new star in the AEW women's division, they might get some viewers now, because usually with the AEW women's matches, they lose a lot of viewers. And, it's not to the women and their wrestling abilities. It's usually because of the storylines. It's usually because nothing makes sense. Nothing is consistent with the women. And now let's get down to the gossip part, because I love the gossip. This is a wrestling YouTube page about gossip. A lot of people are spectating. Is she going to return to the ring? Yeah, I think she is going to return to the ring. I mean, what else is she going to do? It's not like they didn't have her. It's not like you know what? I was just about to say, it's not like she was there to help somebody, but then I remember she did help two people. So she could be a manager role. This could be her leading a faction, kind of like she was with Absolution, with Monday Night Raw with Mandy Rose, Sonya Deville, and Paige. She did give them their big break, Absolution, because, they did need her on the main roster. And she did help them and elevated them. So she could do this with Jamie and Athena. But Athena's already a known name, so she doesn't really need somebody to uplift her and make her a star. She's already a star, and she already had that WWE platform, so people already are familiar with her, Amber Moon. But I think she's gonna wrestle. Why else? I don't think she's gonna wrestle, but I think she's gonna wrestle when it's special. I don't think she's gonna be a weekly wrestler. Let's get back to this. She has that neck injury. Don't forget that, okay? She has that neck injury, so she may be there for special occasions when she wrestles. She's not going to be every week just wrestling for fuck's sakes. She's going to be wrestling for special purposes. The matches are going to mean something. She's not going to risk her neck to, I don't know, just for views. I mean, she's not going to do that. She's still young. I mean, she was 30? She's not even like 35. She's not in her 40s. She's like a freshly new 30s. So she still has her whole 30s to do this shit. Or we might see she might be in a lot of tag matches, or a lot of matches that require her not to do a lot of work, but you could say that she was part of it. Let's say this, Battle Royal, 6 Women's Battle Royal. They push her out the ring, she lands safe, and they practice the landing. She could be in the Battle Royal for maybe, 5 minutes? But you can still say Saraya was in the Battle Royal, right? 6-man tag. She can be part of the 6-man tag, and she can wrestle for 3 minutes in the 6-man tag. Better than her wrestling a 15-minute match, right? So you might see her in these little petty matches where she's not wrestling a lot, but you got to remember her neck. Her neck, that's serious, what's going on with her neck. She came at a great time. She did indeed. It kind of makes you think about WWE. Did they offer her a contract? Did Triple H try to bring her back? But Triple H has a hard-on for, she was part of NXT, the Black and Gold, because her and Emma are the main ones that made the women's wrestling division in NXT. They're the ones that put the spotlight on it when they fought for that NXT Women's Championship. I forgot she was the first ever NXT Women's Champion, so she is part of WWE history, and she is the youngest Divas Champion, but they don't really talk about the Divas Championship now, do they? So I am happy for her. But this is great timing, especially with all the drama that's going on with AEW. This is something, it's like a breath of fresh air. Having her join is a breath of fresh air. All this drama, it can become draining. So, now we got a lot of people that are rooting for her. She has a lot of fans. I'm a fan of hers. I wasn't so much a fan of her wrestling. She is a good wrestler, but I'm more a fan of her as a person. I listen to her interviews. I watch her interviews. Follow her on her Instagram. She has modeling pictures. She's very and just gorgeous. You know, she's very pale, but she's gorgeous. You know, she's gorgeous. And seeing her over the years and all her looks, it's kind of like you grew up with her because she started WWE when she was like, what, 18, 19? So you saw her as this teenager to this grown woman. So I like her. It's kind of like we grew up with her. But this is Markel's World, all things professional wrestling. What do you think about her returning? You don't need to comment, but like this video and sub to the channel. See ya.